Good morning everybody and welcome back to another episode where I'm going to teach you how to make a tiffin recipe, or you can also have it in the breakfast. It's getting colder in Guwahati and we are approaching winter. And then I thought, why don't we make something which will make you feel good when you eat it. Necessarily when it's winter time, we want to have something crispy, something that really excites our tongue. So here's presenting before you a macaroni cutlet. Now, for that what I've done is that I've taken 1.5 cup of macaroni and then boiled it I put it in a pressure cooker. I always like to do things in an easier manner. So I put it in the pressure cooker with some salt and some refined oil, so that just 2 whistles and I took off the pressure, and so that we want it al dente. We want it, bite. You like to have the bite thing in your when you eat it, right? So this is how it comes out: 1.5 cup of macaroni. And for that I will also need, of course, around 1.5 onion chopped down irregularly, and around 20 pods of garlic chopped down, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and 1 small bowl of mozzarella cheese. You can always opt for the other processed cheese that you know, but mozzarella has a separate place in my heart, because when you have mozzarella and you eat it and you have those nice strings coming out, which really makes you feel good when you eat it, and it makes you feel that you're eating cheese. So I've just used mozzarella cheese. Right. So I'll also need some herbs, like I will also be using some mixed herbs and some oregano and of course some chili flakes. If you do not have mixed herbs, it's fine. You can always opt out of it. But oregano gives you that special flavor which necessarily makes you feel that, well, it's a different type of recipe that we are trying it out. So now let's do first things first. What we're going to do is that we're going to mix out the bowl of macaroni, right, and mix it with these ingredients. We'll of course need some other ingredients, but for now I'm going to show you how to use these ingredients, and these will go into the refrigerator for at least half an hour. So I'm showing you what we need to do. We're putting all these ingredients, the pepper, the garlic, the onions and everything, and of course the cheese, the bowl of cheese also. And if you want to increase the amount of cheese, very good, you can always go for that. But sometimes we keep thinking that too much of cheese can make your lives a little fatter. So I am opting out of it. I'm just chosen here 1 bowl, small bowl of mozzarella cheese. Of course, I'll also be using some oregano, but be very careful. Sometimes the oregano, the taste is very strong, so we can use a little oregano, not much. So say half a teaspoon, and some mixed herbs here. And of course, we'll also need some pepper. So we'll put some mixed herbs. I avoid putting much of it because if it's very strong, I don't like it. So some more chili flakes there. That will make it a little spicy and give the kick there, right? And now we're going to mix it up. So after mixing it up, this is how the bowl looks. Now we want to do a very special step. We've heated the karai and we're going to make white sauce. I guess everybody knows how to make a white sauce. It's very easy. I will take equal quantity of butter and equal quantity of maida or flour, right? So we'll put the butter into the karai, okay, and just stir it. So I have used around 3 tablespoons of butter. So we'll wait for the butter to melt, but be very careful, the butter should not burn. And then after it's almost melted, we're going to put in the flour. Okay, so we'll melt the butter properly and not take much time. Butter melts immediately, and then we are putting in the flour and whisking and whisking. One good way is that you put off the flame and then put in the maida, you know. Just check out, there should be no lumps such. Just once it gathers together, then you put in the 1 cup of milk that I have brought here. Entire cup goes in, and then you whisk in, and check out so that there are no lumps. Once it is almost whisked, we can put on the flame. This is the way I do it because I find this is easier. Other people do it in many other ways. We just try to whisk and whisk so that we do not have any lumps there. So I'll put some salt there in the mixture according to your taste, and then whisk. Now this is the white sauce. Most of the kids love white sauce nowadays. When we were kids, we had no idea of the white sauce. Putting some pepper also. And then we are trying to whisk it so that it becomes thicker. So after whisking for 2-3 minutes, you see it's a thick mixture, and this is when you shut down. And your white sauce is ready. Yummy white sauce. All kids love it, and therefore I'm using it in my recipe. So we're going to now put in all the mixed macaroni into the white sauce and try to blend it together, or see that every macaroni has its share of the white sauce. Okay, so we should not keep it very flowy, you know, otherwise we will not be able to make the cutlets. So it's a very easy process. Anyone can try to do it, and anyone can really enjoy doing it. So we'll mix it together, and this process is over for now. Now we go in for the next. In this step, you have to grease the baking pan. Okay, so you can use your hands. You know, I normally like using my hands when I'm cooking. It gives you a special affinity with your dish. And then we are going to put the entire the mixture that we have mixed with the macaroni, the cheese, the white sauce, the oregano, everything together. We will put it inside a baking dish. Okay, so now this is done. We have arranged it beautifully in a baking dish, and now we're going to cover it up and let it be in the refrigerator, gathering itself, getting all the flavors mixed upon, and then when it's evening time, we can very well make our cutlets. So your work is done. You just have to wait for, if you're in a hurry, you can do it in half an hour. It just needs to go inside the refrigerator for half an hour, and then we go on to I'll show you how we make it. But for now, it is going into the refrigerator. Now this is how the macaroni looks after it has been refrigerated for almost 2 hours. I had done it earlier, and now it's evening time almost, and my son will be returning home, and I need to make some cutlets out of it. So just remove the cover, and this is the condition there, and now we'll make pieces out of it and then go about the entire process. So we're going to cut it off into pieces of your required size, and then you're going to fry it. It depends on how big you want the pieces to be. So we're taking them out in a separate plate. You can always make the pieces smaller, but kids love it so much that I normally make it this size. It depends on your preferred sizes that you want for the plates to look fuller. So we take all of them out first. See, because I put them in the refrigerator, They are coming out very nicely sliced off and done beautifully. And now I'm going to show you two options. It can either be vegetarian or non-vegetarian. The only difference is, of course, on the use of the egg or not. So we have the whole plate ready there, and now we will go in for the two options. I'm showing two options. One is with an egg and the other is with some flour. Okay, so we whisk one egg, make a slurry of the maida. We have taken 2 tablespoons of maida or refined flour, and we'll make a slurry out of it. So we're going to dip either in the egg or in this refined flour. We'll make it a little more thinner, and then we're going to fry it. In between, I've already kept the gas on flame. I've already put the karai on flame there, and we are ready to go. So let me first begin with the vegetarian option, that is with the slurry of the maida. I need something that will add the crunch. I've taken here, say, one cup of cornflakes. Nicely smash it. It gives you this nice feeling of breaking something there. And now we're going to use it to dip in and then fry our options there. The two options, either with the egg or without the egg and with the maida. So we've already heated up the oil there, and instead of just preparing and keeping it, we'll do one thing. Just dip in the slurry, then we'll have a coating of a crispy coating of the cornflakes, and then fry it. It's as easy as that. So just giving it a dip there, and then we are trying to cover in with all the crispiness of the cornflakes, and very gently put it down there and let it fry. We need to remember that everything is cooked here, so we don't have to really bother to fry and make it completely black. We just have to fry it till it gets its crispiness proper, and then it will be ready to be served. So put in another one there and let it be there for some time. So let's turn the first one there. Let's see. Gently turn it. Yes. See, it's a beautiful crispy color that it has. The brown color, and because of the use of cornflakes, it will be very crispy. So we have to be patient with it, reduce the flame a bit, let it get the crispiness doubled with the use of the oil that we have done. And then on the sides also we need to turn it a bit, so that sides will also be fried. Internally they are all cooked, but outside we'll have the crispiness, and internally we'll have the juicy feeling and the chewy and the cheesy feeling of mozzarella. So I'm patiently waiting for them to get crispier, and then imagining how the people who will eat it will like it. Okay, it's time for us to dish it out. The vegetarian option there. So we'll take it out in a dish. This too. On the sides also, fry it a bit so that from every side it will be crispy. Every side of it. And it's done. Right. So this is the vegetarian option. Let me show you another non-vegetarian one. And I think we can do one more thing. We can just cut it. If it's very big, we can cut it into 2 pieces. Food is all about experimentation. So I thought these are like too big. It might seem too big. So let me make it smaller in size. And then now dip it in egg. And then we dip it here. And then down it goes into the fire and the pan. And it will necessarily be crispier because egg by itself is crispy. You know, when we fry eggs, it becomes so crispy. And then on top of it, we have the cornflakes, which will make it crispier as well. So that it has time to really become crisp and nice while it's juicy inside. So that is the speciality of the macaroni cutlets. You know, they are cheesy, they are crispy, and internally they are very, very soft too. So now we are trying to, okay. So we need to, however, take care when we use the eggs. They fry very, very fast. So the sides also will have to get a little bit of their share of the heat, and then they'll be ready to be eaten. And I tell you, when you use eggs, it becomes tastier. However, I think people who are non-vegetarians, they cannot avoid having eggs at all. And so it takes barely 2-3 minutes and they're ready. So it's so easy. You need to do it, the entire preparation before. Keep it in the refrigerator. You can use it for another 2 days or so also. Ready. And whenever guests come, you can just fry. You can give them different shapes also. It's all upon you how you want to eat them. So they're ready now again. So we'll dish it out. So here's my dish of macaroni cutlets. So easy to make, and you can see how crispy they look. You know, all your kids will love it. I've shown here the vegetarian option and the non-vegetarian. Whichever they prefer, you can use it for them. You can make it for them and make them feel so happy that you're doing something unique and something that's so different. And it's like every time we give them the same snacks. So evenings will be brighter now with the making of macaroni cutlets. I hope you like this recipe of mine. Do like and subscribe, and